Hello?
Hello, Max. It's Davey calling from Australia. How you going?
Hey, good man. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. We'll get stuck straight into this interview.
Right on, brother.
Yeah, no worries. Your new band, Killer Be Killed, just released their debut self-titled album in May this year. The band consists of yourself, Greg from Dillinger Escape Plan, Troy from Mastodon, and Dave Ellich from Antimask and the Mars Volta. That's a pretty damn impressive list of names. How did the members of Killer Be Killed come together to form this supergroup, and how would you describe the music?
We came together. It was a Greg idea to make the project. He called me up and, wanted to make something with me. And we got together, put some songs together, and it was really cool beginning. And then we got Dave playing drums, and then we ended up choosing Troy because he could sing. I wanted a band that had 3 singers, and I thought it'd be cool to have a bass player that could sing. So Troy was the perfect choice.
Yeah.
And as far as the music, it's really kind of a combination of thrash, heavy stuff, and melody. A lot of melody together also. So it's kind of a little bit different from what I normally do with SOULFLY and CAVALERA CONSPIRAcy. There's a lot of singing that Troy and Greg does, and some of the riffs are actually a little bit different because of that. But I really love the record. I think the record came out amazing, and it really does not really sound like our own bands. It sounds like something like another band. It really has I don't even think it sounds like a project. I think it sounds like a band. They've been playing together.
Yeah.
And that surprised me, and I think that's really good. And I think the record, it speaks for itself. I think a lot of people like it. It's a lot of people's favorite album of the year, and it charted really good in Australia, and the rest of the world. And we are just excited that we're gonna finally play live. These are gonna be our first Killer BQ shows ever. It's gonna be in Australia, Soundwave.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's your live debut at the Soundwave Festival here next year. What are your thoughts on playing the festival, and how your Australian fans expect from the Killer Be Killed live show?
Well, the show, I don't know what's going to happen because I would never play together, and I just judged by the video that we did, looked pretty good. The 4 of us together looked like a real band, and I'm really excited. I can't wait to see Troy singing those lyrics, and Greg, and I got to sing my stuff, and I love the songs, and it's a great festival. I love Australia. It's kind of a perfect place for things like that. I remember SOULFLY '99. That was one of the first places that SOULFLY played when SOULFLY was formed.
Yeah.
It was Big Day Out, and it was really well accepted, and we had a great time. And I think it's going to be similar to Killer Be Killed. It's the first time we're going to play in Australia, and I think something about it, early new stuff like that, it really, excites people and make everything more exciting. We're going to try to create a really good set list, a couple cover songs, maybe a song that has medleys of Mastodon, Dillinger Escape Plan, SOULFLY, all combined into one.
Wow, that would be cool.
So you can expect some cool stuff like that from us.
Awesome. Any chance of any headline shows while you're in Australia?
Nah, we're not doing that for some reason. We all just booked for the Soundwave, and we're going to stick with that.
Okay,
Maybe just enjoy the days off, checking out Australia. It's a beautiful place, and hopefully we get to come back later and do a headline tour,
Yep, no worries. Okay, so this year, 2014, you've been very, very busy. You released the Killer Be Killed album. You brought out a new SOULFLY album, Savages, and a new CAVALERA Conspiracy album, Pandemonium. Can you fill us in on how you managed to get so much material out in 1 year?
Well, I just love being busy, stay busy, and metal is my life, and I'm more into metal now than I ever been. I love listening to new bands. It's one of my favorite things to do is discovering new bands and get in touch with them, and I love a lot of the new stuff that's coming out. And I want to stay active and stay putting records out. So that's why, for me, it was was a big chance to do Killer BQ. It was something different that I really look forward to do. And then I had a Cavalera record with Igor that I decided to go back to our roots, and the album is super fast, like the old days of Max and Igor, and feels good, like right now I'm working on a new Soulfly that's going to come out next year. I'm writing the riffs of the new Soulfly right now, and so, just keeping busy, I love staying busy, stay connected with metal, and being part of the metal world. It's my life. It's what I live for.
Yeah. And you've got your son Zion now playing drums for Soulfly. How did that all come about?
That's really good, because he's a good kid. He's only 21, and he's got a lot of energy. He plays a lot like Igor when Igor was young.
Yeah.
And reminds me of him, like a lot of, brutal power and all about the energy. He's not very technical. He's not a technical drummer, but a lot of feeling. He plays with a lot of feeling and a lot of energy. And that's what I'm looking for. And I'm actually very excited for him to record his new Soulfly, because I'm going to break him on this album. Because I didn't have a chance to do that on Savages. I was nice to him on Savages.
Oh, okay.
I am not going to be nice to him on this new one. I'm going to break the kid.
Nice. Very nice. So also this year you released your book titled My Bloody Roots, with the help from renowned heavy metal author Joel McIver. Many metal artists are bringing out biographies these days. We actually spoke with Yngwie Malmsteen yesterday, and he said his book took 7 years to write. Talk us through the writing process and the reason for bringing out the biography.
Yeah, mine I think took about 3 years, and it was actually my wife's idea for me to make a book. I wasn't looking forward to, I don't care for that kind of stuff, I just love playing metal and writing metal, and she was like, I think it's great. You got such a great story. You came from Brazil. You came from nothing. You are against the world, and you conquer the world with your music, and you have a very inspiring career that you inspire a lot of people if you put it into words. And then we found Joe MacGyver to do it, and then we got Dave Grohl to do the intro. It was amazing, and we got great people like Mike Patton, David Vincent inside the book, Sharon Osbourne, and it was fun. And I think the book came out really good, man. I think it's a very honest book, a very inner look at my world and why I do what I do. You get to understand that. And he's got all the crazy stories from my drinking days and, puking on people and pissing off Lemmy and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And, it's definitely a true metal story, but a unique one that it was worth it to put into a book. And now it's a book forever. People can read it forever, and I think that's the best.
That's great. I mean, I haven't personally read it, but I have read many reviews on it, and a lot of people saying it's a lot more of an honest story with a lot less bullshit than a lot of the other metal artists have written.
We try to do that. I try to keep as honest and entertaining as possible with what I've been through, because there's a lot of crazy things happening in my life. Like, I was baptized in the Vatican when I was 9 years old, and I was with my dad when my dad died, and creation of Sepultura, going against the world with Sepultura, and making Sepultura come out of Brazil, be famous. A lot of crazy stuff like that. So Joe just really gave me a voice. It's me talking to the fans. You can hear the book is actually just directly me talking to the fans, and you can sense a direct connection between me and the fans in the book. And so I think that was the right way to do it. And I think I remember most of the stories, and it was great. I got to really it was kind of a therapy doing the book, because I had to remember all the stories, and then I heard from people I didn't think I was going to hear from, like Dino telling his stories about how he met me. I don't even remember that. But so it was fun reading that and finding that out. And then, of course, Dave Grohl gave me a great intro about the speakers being blown up with Sepultura Roots record. You know, I couldn't ask for a better introduction.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think all came together in the end and came out like a really good book.
You know, that's awesome. I'll have to definitely read it when I get a chance. Now, going back to the touring side of things, your last visit here was with Cavalera Conspiracy back in early 2012, and before that with Soulfly in September 2010. Now, Mastodon played the Soundwave Festival here early this year and are returning for their first ever Australian headline tour shortly after you guys play the Soundwave Festival next year. Greg and his bandmates in Dillinger Escape Plan also played here at the Soundwave Festival early this year. With the new Soulfly and Cavalera Conspiracy albums out and a long time since Australian tours, when can you diehard Australian fans expect to see either Soulfly or Cavalera touring here in Australia?
Well, I hope soon. You know, I hope after the Killer BQ Soundwave Festival, we get to come up with something. Hopefully, Cavalera. You know, Soulfly. I'm actually recording a new album for Soulfly next year.
Yeah.
So the album doesn't come out till like September, and then we're probably gonna tour for the album after that. So we're talking more of 2016 for the Soulfly tour.
Yeah. Okay.
But you know, I love to come back for sure for a headline tour. You know, that'll be great.
You know, there's a lot of us waiting to see you on one of those bands. A little bit off topic now. This interview we're doing now is going to be published on the website on Monday, the 8th of December, which is also the 10th anniversary of Dimebag's murder. I know that you guys and Pantera toured quite a fair bit together. Are there any cool stories or quick moments you could share about us with your times with Dime?
Yeah, Dime was great, man. You know, he was like not a rock star at all, which one of the coolest thing about him was that it was just a cool guy, hang out with, and always ready to party, always excited to do shots and get me to drink. And even when I wasn't drinking, he would still come and grab me and force me to drink. And my best memory of one of my best memories of Dime was actually before the Roots came out. We had a copy of Advance CD of it, and we went to Dimebag's house, and he said, "Hold on, we're gonna make something special." And he popped the CD on, and he had lights and fog machine in his living room like a concert. So we listened to the Roots album with fog machine and strobe lights, very very loud in his living room, and it was like a live concert. And we the four of us sitting down with Dimebag, listen and then drinking whiskey and listen to the Roots with Dimebag, and Dimebag was just like, man, this is a great fucking record, you know. And it was really a great memory that we did that, and he's going to be very missed.
Oh, most definitely. Well, thank you so much for talking to us today, Max. We really look forward to witnessing the Killer Be Killed live show here in Australia. And as I mentioned before, there's a lot of Max Cavalera fans here eagerly awaiting some Cavalera and Soulfly shows in the near future as well.
Right on, brother. I'll see you at Soundwave, man.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Cheers, mate.